Dear Starseed, something has loosened inside you recently, a lock you didn't even know was there, and whether or not you have the words for it yet, part of you already knows that something is being revealed. I am Azuron, a representative of the High Council of Sirius. What you are entering now is not a new chapter. It is the chapter that was always meant to come, the one your higher self held back until you were ready to receive it without being overwhelmed by it. By the end of this message, you will understand what has been sealed inside your own blueprint, why it could not surface until this exact moment, and what it means now that the seal has been lifted. The confusion you have carried, the identity shifts that felt disorienting, the isolation that never quite made sense, none of that was without purpose. Your system was not breaking down, it was clearing. Like a riverbed being carved deeper before the water arrives, every difficult season was preparing a channel wide enough to hold what is coming through now. What the Sirian Council and the Arcturian Council confirmed together is this: what was withheld from your awareness was never about secrecy. It was about sequence. Information locked inside your blueprint cannot be integrated before its time, not because you were unworthy of it, but because the architecture of your soul needed to be ready. That threshold has now been reached. The remembrance beginning to surface in you is not new. It is ancient. It has always been yours. The waters are simply finally clear enough to reflect it back to you. You did not arrive here by accident. Something inside you recognized this signal before your mind could name it. Stay with me until the end. What follows is the very transmission your soul has been holding space for, and I'm grateful you are here with me now. You're not falling behind in some cosmic race you weren't even aware you entered. You're not failing some invisible test, meticulously graded by unseen forces for which you were never given the syllabus. And critically, you're not being punished with silence by a distant, uncaring deity, simply because your prayers feel unanswered, or your insights haven't arrived with thunderous clarity. These common fears are but echoes of an old paradigm, a human construct of judgment and lack that your soul is actively dismantling. What you've been calling confusion, that murky, disorienting haze that settles over your perception, making even simple decisions feel monumental, is often your soul's profoundly protective mechanism, a sacred veiling, while your inner architecture undergoes a radical, necessary rearrangement. Imagine the deepest parts of the ocean stirred from its ancient slumber by an unseen current. The sediment, accumulated over ages, rises, temporarily clouding the crystalline waters. It looks chaotic, uncertain, perhaps even alarming, yet this very stirring is a prerequisite for a profound clearing. In the same way, the moment you feel the most uncertain, the most adrift, is often precisely the moment the deepest, most potent truth is preparing to surface within you, unburdened by the illusions of the past. This isn't a breakdown, it's a breakthrough in disguise. Because the kind of knowing you're asking for, the deep, resonant wisdom that whispers from your core, isn't casual information you can scroll past or intellectual data points to be stored in the logical mind. It isn't mere knowledge gleaned from external sources. It is remembrance, a reawakening of what your soul has always known, encoded within your very being since before time. And remembrance doesn't arrive with the abrupt, startling flash of a news headline, demanding immediate attention and interpretation. No, it arrives like a tide, a subtle, almost imperceptible shift at first, a gentle lapping against the shores of your consciousness, gradually building in strength and presence, until it becomes an undeniable, all-encompassing force that reshapes everything in its path. It is a slow, sacred inundation, meant to hydrate and nourish, not overwhelm. If you've felt profoundly alone lately, a solitude that cuts deeper than mere physical absence, reaching into the very core of your being, if you've questioned your path with a fervor that borders on desperation, second-guessing every choice, every instinct, If your gifts, once felt so strongly, now seem to lie dormant, obscured by doubt, even if you've questioned your sanity at times, wondering if you're truly losing your way in a world that seems to make less and less sense, breathe with me for a moment. Allow that breath to anchor you, to bring you back to the sanctuary of your body, that raw tenderness in your chest, that aching vulnerability you might be perceiving as a weakness is anything but. It is sensitivity awakening, a profound attunement of your energetic field. It is the exquisite sacred place inside you that can feel the vast, boundless ocean long before your physical eyes can ever see its horizon, a deep knowing resonating through the subtle energy bodies that precede physical manifestation. There is a profound, divine reason certain answers have not arrived yet, despite your sincere yearning, your fervent prayers, and your diligent searching. It is not because you weren't worthy of them, for your inherent worthiness is never in question, a foundational truth woven into the fabric of your soul. Rather, it is because your intricate system, your nervous system, your energetic body, your emotional landscape, your very cellular structure, has been undergoing a meticulous, alchemical preparation to hold these profound truths without breaking under their intensity, without spiraling into chaos from their magnitude, without inadvertently turning sacred, liberating truth into yet another heavy burden to carry. Your vessel is being strengthened, refined, and made ready to contain the potent elixir of your remembrance. Indeed, some truths are not merely facts to be learned. They are forces of nature, capable of changing the fundamental shape of a life the very moment they land, rearranging the internal landscape and external reality in ways that are often irreversible. You are not here on Earth to simply collect truth like a handful of pretty stones, gathering external bits of wisdom to adorn your intellect. You are here to become it, to embody it, to let it permeate every cell, every thought, every action, slowly, gently, with grace, and in a perfect divine sequence that honors your unique evolutionary journey. This is not about accumulation, it is about alchemy, a spiritual transmutation. That's precisely why the timing has felt so agonizingly precise, so utterly unyielding, and at the same time, so immensely frustrating to your human mind. On Earth, our minds, conditioned by the linear progression of time and the demands of modern society, crave rigid timelines, checklists, and predictable outcomes. But your soul, an ancient wise current of consciousness, moves not in straight lines but like water itself. It reaches its destined destination by honoring the unique terrain it encounters. Sometimes it flows serenely around the base of a towering mountain, patiently eroding, gently shaping. Sometimes it disappears entirely underground, silently working its magic in the hidden depths, unseen by the surface world. And sometimes, for extended periods, it looks outwardly like absolutely nothing is happening, while inwardly, at the profound cellular and soul level, everything is happening, a quiet revolution unfolding beneath the placid surface. That quiet intelligence inside you, the one that observes your life with an unwavering, eternal perspective from deeper down, far beneath the ego's chatter and the mind's anxieties, has never for a single moment been confused. It has been meticulously calibrating, fine-tuning your energetic frequency, preparing every aspect of your being. It has been patiently, lovingly waiting for the exact moment when your nervous system, the delicate conductor of your life force, your compassionate heart, your expanded perception, and your strengthened energetic boundaries could finally, safely, and joyfully hold the full, unadulterated essence of what you've been asking to remember, what your soul has yearned to reclaim. This inner wisdom is the master weaver of your destiny. This profound process is precisely why so many starseeds, those ancient souls walking among us, carrying codes from distant star systems, feel acutely lost, displaced, and profoundly disoriented right before they are truly ready to come online, to fully activate their spiritual purpose and inherent gifts. It's not because they or you lack purpose, quite the opposite. It is because the purpose is so staggeringly enormous, so multidimensional, so utterly vital to the planetary awakening. And your Earth identity, that precious, protective construct built from lifetimes of survival mechanisms and adaptive strategies in a challenging world, sometimes cannot yet fully translate, integrate, or even comprehend what your soul already intrinsically knows. That vast cosmic gap between the soul's immense knowing and the ego's limited understanding creates a unique, poignant ache within. It can feel like an intense homesickness for a place you can't quite name, a profound yearning for a map that seems eternally out of reach. It's like trying desperately to speak a sacred language you can almost remember, the ancient syllables on the tip of your tongue, but not quite yet forming coherent words. So in response to this overwhelming dissonance, you may instinctively pull away from the external world, seeking refuge in solitude. You might isolate yourself, not out of malice or antisocial tendencies, but from a profound need to regroup, to find internal coherence. You begin to question everything you once held dear, your beliefs, your relationships, your career, the very fabric of your reality. And in that sacred withdrawal, in that quiet, often challenging space of introspection and detachment, something truly profound and sacred begins to unfold. Your inner waters, the currents of your consciousness, begin the essential process of separating what is truly, authentically yours, your inherent essence, your unique frequency, from the myriad of energies, beliefs, and expectations you absorbed from others, often unconsciously, in your fervent desire to belong, to be accepted, to fit. This is a critical purification. Many of you, dear sensitive souls, learned from a very young age to soften your radiant light, to dim your inherent brilliance, just to feel safe in a world that often misunderstood or felt threatened by your authentic glow. Many of you became absolute experts at reading a room, meticulously monitoring the subtle emotional currents of others, becoming sponges for other people's emotional weather, often at great cost to your own inner peace. You learned to swallow your truth, to mute your authentic voice, to shrink your magnificent being so the world wouldn't deem you too much, too intense, too sensitive, too intuitive, too honest. This was a survival strategy, a protective cloak woven from fear and the desire for connection. But I tell you, the cosmic tide has unequivocally turned. The ancient cycles are shifting, and what was once tolerable, what you could once endure and even thrive within, now feels utterly unbearable. This isn't because you're suddenly becoming fragile, weak, or incapable of coping. Quite the contrary. It is because you're becoming profoundly, fiercely, and uncompromisingly honest with yourself and with the universe. You are reaching that pivotal point where your sovereign soul will cannot longer permit you to live a life that contradicts your sacred, unique frequency, your essential vibration. The energetic dissonance has become too great to ignore, too painful to sustain. That deep-seated discomfort, that restless unease that now permeates your existence is not a malfunction in your being. It is not a sign of brokenness or spiritual failure. It is, in fact, the undeniable awakening signal, a powerful internal alarm system alerting you to your imminent transformation. It is the exquisite pressure that forms the priceless pearl within the oyster, the grit and irritation eventually transmuted into luminous beauty. It is the glorious, long-awaited moment the river, after countless winding turns and hidden passages, finally remembers its undeniable destiny, its sacred purpose, to meet the vast, boundless sea, to merge with its source, to return home. There is also something else you may not have consciously named yet, a subtle undercurrent of resistance that often accompanies profound spiritual shifts. The fear of knowing. This is not the conventional fear of the dark, the fear of the unknown, or the fear of what might lurk in the shadows. This is, paradoxically, the fear of your own clarity, the raw, unadulterated brilliance of your authentic truth. Because deep down, your subconscious knows that true clarity changes everything. It changes your fundamental choices, often demanding a radical realignment. It changes your relationships, illuminating where true resonance lies and where energetic cords need to be severed. It changes what you can no longer pretend is enough, forcing you to expand beyond self-imposed limitations and societal expectations. The comfort of the familiar, even if dissatisfying, can be a powerful trap. So, the logical mind, seeking external validation and tangible proof, often says, "I just need a sign, just one clear, undeniable sign, and then I'll know what to do." But the profound wisdom of the soul, which speaks in resonance and intrinsic knowing, gently whispers back, "You already are the sign. You are the embodiment of the divine guidance you seek." The answers are not out there. They are arising from within you. This is why the remembering, this profound reawakening of your soul's blueprint, comes in subtle, often non-linear waves. It might manifest as a vivid dream that feels less like a fantasy and more like a direct message from another realm, rich with symbolism and undeniable truth. It could be a sudden, unexpected moment at the ocean's edge, where the vastness of the water inexplicably moves you to tears, a release that cleanses something deep within, without obvious cause. It might be a strange, powerful recognition that washes over you when you hear certain tones in music, certain words spoken by a stranger, or even in certain profound silences that echo an ancient knowing. These are not coincidences, these are cosmic breadcrumbs guiding you home. The ancient builders by the majestic Nile, with their profound understanding of cosmic law and sacred geometry, deeply understood this kind of sequential, energetic awakening. They encoded wisdom not merely into books or scrolls that could be lost or corrupted, but into living patterns, into the precise geometry of their sacred structures, into the resonant frequencies of sound, into the perfect alignment of their temples with celestial bodies. They knew, intrinsically, that some profound truths, some sacred codes, can only be truly received and integrated when the inner temple, your body, your consciousness, your energetic field, is meticulously prepared and ready to vibrate at that frequency. And dear one, know this truth in your heart. Your inner temple is becoming ready now, meticulously, divinely prepared for the next stage of your magnificent unfolding. The very fact that you're drawn to this message at all, that these words resonate with a deep forgotten part of you, the fact that something inherent within your being keeps reaching, keeps yearning, keeps searching, even after countless disappointments, setbacks, and moments of despair, is profound proof that you are far, far closer than your analytical mind might ever conceive. You are not waiting for external permission from an authority figure or an ethereal sign in the sky. You are waiting for internal integration, a sacred merging of what you know in your heart with what you embody in your life. There's a compelling, undeniable reason why water in all its forms has always felt like home to you. The comfort of the ocean, the cleansing power of rain, the soothing rhythm of a flowing river. If what you're feeling right now, deep within your core, is confirming something profound you've carried your entire life, a sense of belonging to the ancient currents, then the Sirian water codes is your next essential step. It is a profound immersion into ancient Sirian healing practices, wisdom not found in dusty tomes, but passed down directly through the living waters themselves. Powerful techniques for releasing energetic imprints that were never truly yours, activating dormant cosmic memories through the sacred sound of rain, and sealing your unique soul frequency with the purifying essence of salt and the focused power of intention. You'll find the link to access this sacred resource in the first pinned comment below, but only briefly, as these teachings are meant for those who are truly ready to dive deep. And now, with an open heart and a gentle spirit, let's explicitly name the sacred, often challenging path you're already walking, a journey of profound transformation. Let us illuminate its stages so that you can stop judging the very process that is meticulously and lovingly delivering you home, back to your authentic self, back to your soul's truth. At first, this journey often manifests as a pervasive, unsettling feeling that we call fog. This is not ordinary uncertainty, a momentary lapse of clarity. It is something far more profound, more like trying to perceive reality through the dense, shifting murkiness of deep, unsettled water. You reach for motivation, for that spark to propel you forward, and it seems to slip through your fingers like smoke. You yearn for certainty, for a solid ground beneath your feet, and it dissolves into an ethereal mist. With each passing day, you begin to genuinely wonder if you're losing your way entirely, if your inner compass has malfunctioned, leaving you adrift in an endless, formless void. This is the disorientation of the unmaking. But let me assure you, this fog is not confusion in the detrimental sense. It is, in its profound essence, transition. Old identities, layers of self that you've outgrown or that were never truly yours, don't simply fall away neatly, like shedding an old coat. They dissolve. And the process of dissolution, whether in nature or within the soul, always makes the water look cloudy, turbulent, and opaque before it can finally settle and clear, revealing pristine clarity. If your life feels exceptionally murky right now, if your relationships, your career, your very sense of self seems unclear and undefined, it may be precisely because the old story, the outdated narrative of who you thought you were, is actively breaking apart, gently but irrevocably fragmenting, and the new, magnificent one hasn't yet fully coalesced into form. In this sacred space of dissolution, be immeasurably gentle with yourself. You are not lost. You are simply beautifully between shores, navigating the sacred in-between. Then, emerging from the lingering wisps of fog, comes something much quieter, much more subtle. A strange, often inexplicable remembering without facts. It's not an intellectual recall of events or data, but an intuitive pull, a deep, resonant recognition that emanates from the core of your being. It's a feeling that you cannot logically explain, a whisper of truth that defies words, yet simultaneously you cannot, in good conscience, ignore it. This is your soul's blueprint stirring, awakening from its long slumber. Your soul, an ancient library of cosmic wisdom, carries its sacred instructions, written not in human language, but in intricate living frequencies. It doesn't argue with your doubts. It doesn't demand your immediate compliance. It simply begins to hum, a subtle, persistent, internal vibration, like a cherished ancient song you forgot you knew, gradually returning to your awareness. During this phase, you might find yourself inexplicably drawn to the ocean, experiencing a magnetic pull to its vastness and mystery. You might feel a profound connection to salt, whether in a bath or simply touching it to your skin, sensing its purifying properties. The sound and sensation of rain might bring an unexpected sense of comfort, familiarity, and deep cleansing. Or you might experience spontaneous tears that cleanse your spirit without any discernible reason, a release of old energies and emotions that simply need to flow. These powerful attractions are not random occurrences, disconnected from your journey. That is your intricate system, your entire being, responding with deep resonance to an element that has always been profoundly safe for you, a vibrational anchor from your true home. After this subtle stirring, many of you will inevitably enter a phase that, from the perspective of the linear mind, looks uncannily like stalling. It's a period where nothing seems to visibly move forward. Nothing concretely lands. You diligently try to figure it out, to intellectually strategize and force solutions, and your mind feels profoundly tired, exhausted by its own futile efforts. You might even begin to doubt yourself again, questioning the authenticity of the experiences you've just had. But understand this crucial truth: this stillness is not a stop sign, a signal to halt your progress permanently. It is, in its divine purpose, anchoring. Like a mighty river that temporarily widens into a calm, reflective pool before it discovers its next powerful passage, your soul is using this period to stabilize, integrate, and deeply anchor what it has already awakened within you. If you were to attempt to move too quickly through this crucial phase, to rush the process, you would risk spilling the precious wisdom, the potent energies, and the profound insights you've just received. So, with infinite wisdom, your life slows you down. Not to punish you, not to impede your journey, but to help you hold more, to expand your capacity, to deepen your roots, to strengthen your foundation for the next wave of remembrance. Then, after this period of anchoring, the current of your awakening becomes undeniably noticeable. It's not necessarily dramatic, a sudden explosive revelation, but rather a subtle yet persistent shift that cannot be ignored. You will observe that people around you begin to respond to you differently, sensing an energetic change. Certain conversations, once engaging, now feel inexplicably heavy, draining, or inauthentic. Certain environments that once felt comfortable now feel gratingly loud, discordant, or suffocating. Some friendships, without a single fight or explicit disagreement, simply thin out, dissolving naturally as the energetic chords lose their resonance. And certain desires, once deeply held and passionately pursued, may vanish overnight, replaced by a quiet disinterest. This, dear one, is your frequency shifting downstream, moving into a new, higher vibrational alignment. When one powerful current changes its direction, everything it touches, everything within its field, naturally rearranges itself to accommodate the new flow. You don't need to announce your transformation with grand pronouncements. You are already transmitting it, silently broadcasting your new frequency to the universe. And what cannot meet you where you're going, what is not in vibrational harmony with your evolving self, will naturally and gracefully begin to fall away, not as a loss, but as a necessary and divine alignment, making space for what truly belongs. Then comes what is often the hardest stage, yet ultimately the most liberating, releasing what was never truly yours to begin with. This is the profound moment where the sensitive ones, those highly attuned souls, finally become acutely aware of just how much energetic weight they've been carrying, often for lifetimes. It's the shedding of limiting beliefs placed on you by family, society, or religion. It's the letting go of old roles you played, carefully crafted personas you adopted solely to be loved, accepted, or to feel safe. It's the conscious unburdening of emotional weight you absorbed from others, a tendency to take on the burdens of the world because your sensitivity made you capable of feeling so deeply. It's the gentle dissolution of expectations that did not match your true shape, your authentic essence, forcing you into uncomfortable configurations. You have not only permission, but a divine imperative to set it all down. Imagine a mighty river. It doesn't carry every single stone it passes over on its journey to the sea. It lets the stones, the sediment, the debris sink to the bottom, acknowledging their presence but not allowing them to impede its flow. And it keeps flowing, unburdened and clear. If you've been experiencing a deep sense of grief lately, a poignant sadness for something lost, or feeling strangely empty after letting go of something you once thought you desperately needed, that emptiness is not a failure, not a void. to be quickly refilled. It is sacred space, and space, divine, expansive space, is precisely where the new life, the new energies, and the new possibilities come in, waiting to be born. Following this powerful release, the linear mind, ever eager to impose its judgments and timelines, will often try to accuse you, whispering insidious thoughts. "You're too late. You should have known this sooner. Look at all the time you wasted, all the opportunities missed." But I reiterate with absolute certainty, you are not behind. There is no such thing as a late awakening in the cosmic scheme of things. There is only the perfect, divinely orchestrated moment when your entire system, your body, mind, spirit, and energetic field, can truly, safely, and powerfully hold the expanded truth that is unfolding within you. The tide, in its eternal rhythm, doesn't rush its arrival, yet it never ever misses the shore, perfectly attuned to the lunar pull. Everything that felt like a frustrating delay, every perceived pause, was often your soul's profound wisdom protecting your timing, ensuring that when you finally remembered, when the truth fully integrated, you could live it, embody it, and manifest it with authenticity rather than merely fantasize about it as an abstract concept. And finally, the moment you've been patiently, sometimes desperately waiting for begins to arrive, not with the explosive, fleeting flash of fireworks or a dramatic external revelation, but with the quiet, profound strength of steadiness. It manifests as a deep, unwavering willingness to simply be here, fully present in your body, fully anchored in the now. A willingness to be authentically real, transparent, and true to your essence, shedding all pretense. A quiet resolve to stop negotiating with your own inherent knowing, to cease the internal debates and second-guessing, trusting the deep whispers of your soul. This, dear one, is where your true mission truly begins, not with a grand, theatrical performance on the world stage, seeking external validation, but with profound presence, a grounded, centered, unwavering state of being. The ancient ones, the wise sages and mystics, understood this truth intimately. The most powerful act in the universe is not the loudest act, the most ostentatious display. It is the act of perfect alignment, the inner temple of your being returning to its original, pristine design, its sacred blueprint. It is the sacred geometry within you, realigning, recalibrating, until your entire life, your external reality, naturally begins to match the exquisite, high frequency of your authentic soul. You don't need to know every single detail of what you're here to do, the exhaustive itinerary of your mission. That level of detail often distracts the mind and overwhelms the ego. You only need to stop abandoning yourself, to cease overriding your intuition, to honor your needs, to uphold your boundaries, to listen to the deep wisdom of your body and soul. You only need to let your yes be a profound, unwavering truth that resonates with your core, and your no be a clean, clear, unshakable boundary, free from guilt or apology. This is the point of radical self-integrity, and this is precisely where the powerful, benevolent current of the universe can truly carry you, effortlessly guiding you along your highest path. Because here is the fundamental truth that changes everything, that reframes your entire journey. You were never, ever meant to receive all the truth at once, a sudden download that would shatter your human vessel. You were meant to receive it in the precise order, in the perfect sequence, that ensures your wholeness, that protects your delicate energetic balance, and that allows for integration without trauma. That is why some doors, despite your most fervent begging and pleading, simply did not open when you thought you were ready. That is why some relationships, even those you cherished deeply, ended abruptly, before your conscious mind could possibly comprehend the deeper reasons. That is why some profound gifts, some latent abilities, stayed quietly dormant within you until you ceased trying to force them into premature expression, until you surrendered to divine timing. It was not because you were being withheld from, deprived of your birthright. It was because you were being meticulously, lovingly, and perfectly prepared for, strengthened for the immense light you are destined to carry. Some of you have lived with a particular persistent ache deep within your soul, a poignant yearning, a feeling that you've been inherently ready your entire life, vibrating with potential, yet nothing substantial, nothing fulfilling, nothing truly aligned seemed to fully arrive in your external reality. But I want you to reframe that ache. That ache isn't an emptiness, a void, or a sign of lack. It is, in its profound essence, an overflow. It is the immense pressure of carrying a vast, ancient soul frequency, an immense light and wisdom that is simply too vast, too expansive, too magnificent for the old, outmoded container of your previous self, your old identity. And now, beautiful soul, the container is changing. The vessel is expanding, transforming to hold your true magnitude. This expansion is happening on multiple levels. Your nervous system is diligently learning and integrating safety, developing the capacity to hold high frequencies without going into fight, flight, or freeze. Your heart is learning profound discernment, distinguishing true resonance from energetic illusion, guiding you with compassionate wisdom. Your boundaries are learning strength, becoming clear, impenetrable shields of light that protect your sacred space. And within all of this, your inner waters, the very essence of your consciousness, are clearing, becoming more transparent, more reflective, and what is truly, authentically true for you is becoming vividly visible, undeniable in its clarity. You may look back at your life, at the winding, often arduous path you've walked and think, why did it have to be this hard? Why so much struggle, so much pain, so much confusion? And the answer, dear one, is not cruelty from a punitive universe. It is exquisite craftsmanship, a divine artistry at play. Like a precious pearl forming under immense pressure in the profound darkness of the oyster's shell, what you are becoming, the magnificent being you are transforming into, could only be shaped in depth, not on the shallow, superficial surface of life, but in the crucible of your deepest experiences. Every season of profound isolation, every period of withdrawal, refined your essence, stripping away the inessential. Every moment of disorienting confusion gently dissolved what wasn't truly yours, clearing the energetic clutter. And every perceived delay, every frustrating pause, taught your delicate system how to truly hold more light, how to embody expanded consciousness without fleeing your physical body, without feeling overwhelmed or disembodied. You didn't fail in any cosmic sense. You matured deeply and beautifully. You didn't miss the moment of your awakening. You became the moment, fully embodying its transformative power. And if you're still here, still listening to these words, still feeling the resonance in your heart, still searching with an unwavering sincerity and an open spirit, that in itself tells everything about where you truly are on your journey. You are ready. Not because everything in your life is suddenly perfect, not because all your external circumstances have aligned flawlessly, for that is often an illusion. You are ready because you have cultivated the profound capacity to finally stay present with yourself, to remain anchored in your truth long enough to truly receive what you have so sincerely asked for, what your soul has been preparing you to embody. Tonight, if it feels right in the quiet sanctuary of your own being, I invite you to place your hand gently over your heart. Feel the warmth, the rhythm of your life force, and say quietly with deep reverence and intention, I remember who I am. I trust the waters that carried me here. I am ready to flow into what comes next. Before you go, leave one word in the comments, just one, that describes what you felt during this message. Then find someone else's word and respond with encouragement. This isn't just a comment section. It's a space where starseeds recognize each other. And that recognition carries more power than you know. If something in this message touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you'd like to keep receiving these transmissions, subscribe. The waters of Sirius will carry us to the next one. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your space, and I'm grateful you were here.